Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth and opportunity while others struggle no matter how hard they work? What if one simple habit before you sleep could slowly rewire your mind for success and abundance? Tonight, before you close your eyes, there is something powerful you can do that can completely change the way you think about money, success, and your future. And according to legendary investor Warren Buffett, the way you think and the habits you build every single day quietly shape your financial destiny. Most people believe wealth is only about working harder, earning more, or finding the perfect investment. But Buffett has often said that the biggest investment you will ever make is in yourself and your mindset. The truth is that success doesn't suddenly appear one day. It is created by small daily habits that compound over time, just like money compounds when invested wisely. Think about your typical night. After a long day, many people scroll endlessly through social media, worry about bills, replay stressful moments in their mind, or fall asleep thinking about everything that went wrong. The problem is that the last thoughts you carry into sleep are incredibly powerful. Your brain processes those thoughts throughout the night, strengthening the emotions and beliefs connected to them. If you fall asleep thinking about fear, scarcity, and frustration, your mind slowly programs itself to expect more of the same. But if you fall asleep thinking about growth, opportunity, and gratitude, something different begins to happen. Your subconscious mind starts working in a new direction. Buffett once said that the most important investment you can make is in your own mind. While he didn't talk about mystical shortcuts or magical prayers, his philosophy always emphasized disciplined thinking, patience, and the power of compounding habits. And one of the most underrated moments to shape your mindset is the quiet time right before you go to sleep. Right now, imagine this. Every night before sleeping, you pause for just a few minutes. No phone, no distractions, no noise, just you and your thoughts. This moment becomes a reset point for your mind. Instead of replaying the problems of the day, you begin reviewing your progress. You think about what you learned, what you improved, and what opportunities might exist tomorrow. Even if the day was difficult, you look for one lesson or one small win. This simple act changes something powerful inside your brain. It trains your mind to search for growth instead of failure. Many wealthy and successful people have this habit in common. They end their day intentionally. They reflect. They think about long-term goals. They remind themselves of the bigger picture. Over time, this nightly routine builds clarity and confidence. The human brain is incredibly responsive to repetition. The thoughts you repeat consistently become beliefs. The beliefs you strengthen shape your decisions. And your decisions ultimately shape your financial future. So when you go to sleep thinking like a builder, an investor, and a learner, you slowly become one. Warren Buffett often speaks about patience. He once said that someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. That single sentence perfectly explains the mindset behind wealth. Planting the tree is the habit. The shade is the result. Most people want the shade immediately. They want fast money, instant success, and overnight wealth. But Buffett's entire philosophy is built on the opposite idea. Slow, consistent actions create massive long-term results. The same principle applies to the way you think before sleeping. Your nightly thoughts are like planting seeds in the soil of your subconscious mind. At first, nothing seems to change. Days pass, weeks pass, but slowly those seeds begin to grow. One night you start thinking about better ways to save money. Another night you reflect on a new skill you want to learn. Another night you imagine the kind of financial freedom you want for your family. Those thoughts influence your behavior the next day. You become a little more focused, a little more disciplined, a little more aware of opportunities. And over time, these tiny shifts compound into massive change. But there is one more powerful step you can add before sleep. Gratitude. Gratitude might sound simple, but it is one of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. When you consciously think about things you are grateful for, your brain releases chemicals that reduce stress and increase optimism. Instead of focusing on what you lack, your mind starts noticing what you already have and what is possible. For example, you might be grateful for the chance to learn, the opportunity to improve your financial habits, or even the simple fact that every new day brings another chance to grow. This mindset doesn't magically create money overnight, but it creates something much more valuable: clarity. When your mind is calm and focused, you make smarter financial decisions. You avoid impulsive spending. You think longer term. You recognize opportunities that others miss. This is exactly how great investors think. They don't react emotionally to every short-term event. They step back. They analyze. They stay patient. And this patient thinking can begin with a simple habit before sleep. Another powerful practice is visualization. Many successful entrepreneurs and investors spend time imagining the future they want to build. They visualize financial freedom, meaningful work, and the impact they want to create. When you picture your future clearly, your brain begins searching for ways to move toward it. You might suddenly notice a business idea, a skill you need to learn, or a habit you should change. These insights often appear when the mind is calm and focused, especially during quiet moments like the minutes before sleep. Your subconscious mind continues processing these ideas overnight. Think about how often you wake up with a new perspective on a problem you couldn't solve the day before. That's your brain working in the background while you sleep. Now imagine feeding your brain powerful thoughts every night before bed. Thoughts about growth. Thoughts about patience. Thoughts about learning. Thoughts about building wealth step by step. Over time, those thoughts shape the way you live. This is why your night routine matters so much. Many people underestimate it because the change is slow and invisible. But that is exactly how compounding works. When Buffett invests in a company, he doesn't expect it to double overnight. He looks for businesses that grow steadily for years or decades. Your mindset works the same way. Small improvements repeated daily become massive transformations over time. There is also another important question to ask yourself before sleeping. Did I become a little better today? Not perfect, just a little better. Maybe you learned something about investing. Maybe you saved money instead of spending it. Maybe you spent time reading instead of scrolling mindlessly. Each small improvement strengthens your identity as someone who builds wealth intentionally. An identity is powerful. When you see yourself as a disciplined person, your actions start aligning with that identity automatically. You start making choices that support your long-term future rather than short-term comfort. This is the quiet psychological shift behind financial success. It's not about one lucky investment or one brilliant idea. It's about the mindset you reinforce every single day. And the last thoughts you have before sleep can strengthen that mindset more than you realize. Imagine ending every day by reminding yourself that wealth is built through patience, learning, and smart decisions. Imagine thanking yourself for the effort you put into improving. Imagine visualizing the life you want to build and the person you are becoming. Night after night, this routine creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates results. And results create the life you once imagined. This is why many successful people guard their night routine carefully. They treat those final minutes of the day as a powerful mental reset. No negativity, no chaos, no endless distractions. Just reflection, gratitude, and intention. Now think about what would happen if you practiced this habit for the next 30 days. 30 nights of intentional thinking. 30 nights of focusing on growth instead of stress. 30 nights of reminding yourself that wealth is built slowly, wisely, and patiently. Your brain would begin to change. Your focus would sharpen. Your decisions would improve. And most importantly, your belief in your ability to create financial success would grow stronger. Because belief is the foundation of action. If you believe wealth is impossible, you will never try seriously. But if you believe it is achievable through discipline and patience, you will start making choices that move you toward it. This is the quiet power behind Buffett's philosophy. He believes ordinary people can achieve extraordinary financial results if they commit to learning, patience, and consistent habits. You don't need to be a genius to build wealth. You simply need the discipline to think long-term. And that mindset can begin with a simple question every night before sleep. What small step can I take tomorrow to improve my financial future? Your answer might be reading a few pages of a book about investing. It might be tracking your expenses. It might be learning a new skill that increases your income potential. Whatever the step is, thinking about it before sleep programs your mind to notice opportunities the next day. The next morning, you wake up with a sense of direction instead of confusion. This is the real secret behind attracting wealth. Not magic, not shortcuts, not overnight success. Clarity, discipline, and compounding habits. And the beautiful part is that anyone can start this practice tonight. Costs nothing, takes only a few minutes, but the long-term impact can be life-changing. So tonight, before you sleep, take a quiet moment. Put your phone away, close your eyes, reflect on the progress you made today, no matter how small. Feel grateful for the opportunity to keep growing. Visualize the future you want to build and the person you are becoming. Let those thoughts be the final message you send to your subconscious mind. Then rest, and allow your mind to work quietly through the night, preparing you for new ideas, new opportunities, and a stronger version of yourself tomorrow. If this message inspired you and you want to learn more about the mindset, habits, and financial wisdom that helped build one of the greatest investors in history, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join this community of people who are committed to building a better future. And before you go to sleep tonight, remember this simple truth inspired by the wisdom of Warren Buffett. Wealth is not created in a single moment. It is created in thousands of small moments of discipline, patience, and intentional thinking. Sometimes the most powerful step toward a richer life begins with the thoughts you choose right before you close your eyes.